Hello, people. Hello. Thank you for tuning in again. It's me again, Michael, Hope, Mpo, Shumana Nkadimeng, Stolo Samakove, Ramadlu, Lewanaba Mativeti. I thank you. Now, today, I'll be furthering the positive sexuality topics that I've gathered so that all of us will understand the purpose of these shows that I'm compiling for you guys to understand certain things about life or to carry on this information and make it available to other young people out there that are in need of this support. So now, coming to module 16, I'll be talking about shared responsibility. Now, shared responsibility, one can ask, what is this guy talking about? Now, shared responsibility, I'm talking about a shared responsibility which will mean different things to different people and different situations. Right? So now, in this concept, I'm trying to give expression to the necessity for young people to A, take responsibility, B, to consider the consequences, C, to use information to make responsible decisions. Now, hence I'm talking about all these responsibilities, information. I want us to look into this. Now, sex between two people, right, is something that we must understand that in that contact is two people. So therefore, two people need to take responsibility. Ideally, what I'm trying to say is two people need to negotiate a way in which results are shared responsibility or results are shared equally responsibly. So now, in a broader concept, a perspective of shared responsibility is that young people cannot achieve a positive, healthy lifestyle on their own. Why am I saying that? Because young people need support and guidance from their adult counterparts who can share their knowledge, wisdom, and experience. So shared responsibility, therefore, interfere in partnership with all adults of areas around the world, in all cultures as well. So a partnership which recognizes the rights of a young person, but also responsibilities which need to be accompanied with such rights. So now, young people have responsibility for their fellow young people to share knowledge, information, and ways of coping with their challenges of moving from childhood to an adult stage, adulthood. In certain situations, you have to assume that responsibility for young decisions or young people, pardon, is something that needs to be shared as a knowledge. So now, certain situations as well have to be assumed responsibly for your decisions and actions on your own, in your ways. So now, what I'm trying to say is shared responsibility is an idea we strive for. It doesn't always happen in practical. You can't practice it. It's a way of life. But now, how many young people or how many young women are left to care for their babies on their own, in spite of the promises of shared responsibility? That's a food for thought. Now, a young person, or as a young person, you have certain rights. And now, together with these rights comes certain responsibility. Now, there are certain modules that I've identified those kind of situations where we should understand why we're talking about shared responsibility. Why am I emphasizing these talk shows so that we can understand? When I'm talking about we, I'm talking about me and you out there. So now, to my final statement on this module, moving to module 17, I want to tell you this. Shared responsibility and informed choices are only possible if you have the skills to negotiate your ways in this world. We call these life skills. I've dealt with these life skills many times during this course, during my course of life. This includes communication skills, decision making skills, negotiating limits, saying no, seeking help and support when I need it, self-esteem, setting goals, confident building, which is very much important, identifying and using my values to guide myself, and so on. So now, coming to module 17, I'll be emphasizing more on a decision making now. So now, decision making, I'm talking about what does healthy, positive, and sexuality means. That's a question in a phrase. What does healthy, positive, and sexuality means? Ultimately, being able to express your sexual feelings in a way that are not humiliating yourself and another person. It's about feeling good about the choices you have made to your relationships. It is about feeling good about yourself, about being able to separate love and sex and not using sex for the wrong reasons. Because many young women out there, they are using sex for the wrong reasons. I don't know why, but it has to be coming somewhere, an influence from somewhere. Now, in closing, I like to go back a bit in my previous modules when I was throwing together some of the main strengths which contributes towards this positive and healthy sexuality I'm talking about. This include understanding our bodies and changes during adolescent stage, and also understanding gender issues. Let's try to talk about it. Talking about it to whom? That depends on you. What to talk about and how also depend on the choices you'll be making. or decisions perhaps. So now, I like to leave you guys with this, that any shared responsibility goes with values and life skills. So now, on this module, I have learned that we conclude with getting you to pull together this strength and use them to make positive and healthy choices for yourself. So I thank you for listening to my program, and I would like you to comment, share, subscribe. Till we meet again on my next sessions, continuing with the modules, going to module 18 and 19, part 4. Thank you, man. I love you. God bless.